What it do, people? This is your boy, Mr. Director LLC, LaPaula Lee Crawford. Just chiming in, checking on, seeing how you living, how you feeling, how is your world, emotionally, mentally, physically, spiritually. Where you at with it? Me, personally, I'm on here to talk about some of the things that I love, starting with movies. Now, if you're not following, go ahead, hit that like, comment, subscribe, and you feel compelled to share. Now, the one thing I don't do is I don't always want the positive. I need the negative too. So comments, chop it up with me. I will respond. Now, I'm about to go down the list of things. First, I'm late to the game. I'm late to the game. But boy, did I enjoy it. What am I talking about? I'm talking about Sinners. Have you seen it yet? If not, why haven't you seen it yet? Look, take it from your boy, your favorite director, Mr. Director LLC. You won't be disappointed. This movie has a little bit of everything in it. Everything in it. I'm not going to do like a regular review. I'm not going to sit up here and the only thing I can tell you is that you should see it. Like it, love it, hate it. It's a movie you should see at least once. I'm not going to lie. I've seen it 2 times. Plan to see it a bunch more times because in my book, this movie has solidified itself as one of my favorite top 5 vampire movies. That's saying a lot. That's saying a lot. Top 5 favorite vampire-based movies? What other movies is up there with it? Well, this is my personal top 5. So let's get the elephant out the room. Now, this is no exact order. This is just me. So, in my top 5, first one we gonna knock out is From Dusk Till Dawn. Yeah, it's controversial because everybody's saying, well, Sinners remind me of From Dusk Till Dawn. Rightfully so. He admitted that From Dusk Till Dawn inspired a lot of stuff in the movie, but he also admitted that Puss in Boots inspired some stuff from it. He admitted a couple of other films that inspired some things that he put into this movie. But we're not here to discuss that. We're still about my top 5. We have From Dusk Till Dawn, of course, Sinners, a little known gem that people sleep on this one. It's called Near Dark. Oh yeah. Lance Henriksen. Yeah, that's one of his earlier films. John Paxson. Yeah, you know your boy John Paxson that was in movies like Twister and Frailty. And of course, he was in Terminator. He was in Predator 2. And he was in Aliens. But before all that, he was in a little known gem called Near Dark. Classic. Now, I would be remiss if I didn't talk about another one of my favorites. And that's Salem's Lot. When I first watched Salem's Lot, that creeped the crap out of me. Now I'm telling you, it's a slow burn, but boy does it burn. So it's definitely worth checking out. There's another vampire movie that's little known. So it's in my top 5. It's little known. Now, when I say top 5, it doesn't mean I don't like other vampire movies, but these are the ones that I can watch and be like, I got my vampire fix for the moment. But there's so many others. There's too many for me to list all right now. But if you want me to go into more about my other vampire favorite movies, hit me up. Put it in the comments. Let me know what you want to talk about. Let's see what vampire movies you like. And then I'll compare and see if you match up with mine. My list is long. But long story short, I'm going to bring you back to one of my favorites. It's called Innocent Blood. Now, Innocent Blood, classic, little known vampire flick. Decent premise. Some people say it wasn't executed well. I liked it. But that's for another show. I'm going to bring that up specifically when I do my fantasy casting episode. But back to Sinners. Sinners. This is a movie written and directed by Ryan Coogler. And your boy is cooking. Ryan Coogler, your boy is cooking. Ryan Coogler, I'm talking to you directly, man. You cooking. I would love to have a sit down with you, man, and just chop it up and pick your brain on some things on this in this film industry, because you putting in the work, and I'm loving what you do. So Ryan Coogler, if you see this, get at me, man. I would love to sit down and chop it up and talk to you, and let my audience get to know you a little bit more. Like, I mean, it ain't like they don't know who you are, but I would like to share another part of my world with you. But Ryan Coogler wrote and directed this film. This is a man who has not missed since he's been in the industry. From his first film, Fruitvale Station, to Sinners. If y'all don't know what's in between that, you have Creed. You have Black Panther. And you have Wakanda Forever. Now you can't tell me this ain't cooking. And he got some more fire coming. We know it. But we also want to talk about his partner, his road dog, his brother, Michael B. Jordan. Michael B. Jordan, I'm talking to you too. I need to have a sit down with you too, because your acting has grown tremendously. From seeing you grow from Wallace to Smoke and Stack. Now, we ain't gonna talk about some of your other projects. You got a lot of stuff. I love your work, bro. I love your work. But we gonna leave Chronicles alone, because that was a slept on gem. Chronicles was a slept on gem. But Without Remorse, bruh, you cooking. The way you portrayed Killmonger and Black Panther, bruh. It's very rare you have a villain that you can relate to and be like, he ain't wrong. But back to Sinners. You have two brothers, Smoke and Stack. The Smoke and Stack twins. They come home from war, living the gangster life in Chicago. They come back to the Delta. They bring booze. They bring money. And they about to set some things off at home. Open up a juke joint. They gather up old friends. They get their little cousin Sammy. Who Sammy is a dope singer. They wasn't ready for it. They ain't know. Oh, you can see all that, and you saw that in Stack's face when Sammy started singing in the car. He was like, "Woo!" Yeah, you know when somebody hit a note that you ain't expect them to hit. Yeah, that's that face you make. But then you have Delta Slim, played by one of the best actors that I've ever watched, Delroy Lindo. I mean, I can't even start to lay out his filmography, because it's just so dope. But that's just to name a few. There's some others. I'm going to go down and stay tuned, because I got other episodes to where I'm going to break down each character of Sinners, talking about their impact and things like that. But I just want to express that Sinners is one of those movies to where if you really sit down and take it in for what it is, you will get a cultural treat. You will get a cultural treat, because it touches on so many different things that if you pay attention, a lot of the elements that Ryan wrote about and put into this movie still apply today. I mean, what else can you ask for? You got action in it. You got drama. The relationship between Stack and Mary. That's if that ain't toxic love, if you ain't never seen it before, that's toxic. But it's love. They love each other. Then you have the more wholesome, the more deep rooted love. Love that surpasses any tragedy. And what's more tragic than losing a child? The love between Smoke and Annie. Annie was mad at Smoke, but she still prayed for my boy. She still put the prayers out to keep him safe because she loved that man. Yeah, they suffered a loss, but they loved each other no matter what. There's other relationships that you could talk about in this movie. Sammy and Pearline. That's the rookie love. That's that fresh. That's the puppy dog love. That's when they first meet. He's like, man, when she turned around at the train station and she was walking off, put the little switch on the back. Sammy was like, yeah, I gotta get that. Then they get to the juke joint. Everything's popping off. Music, bottles popping, music playing. Sammy bringing the house down. Literally, you saw it. But this movie is entertaining from beginning to end. If some people say it was a little too slow in the beginning, I don't think so. I think this movie started out and progressed the way it should have. It gave you enough to care about the characters, but it also drew you in to the story of what was popping off. Even though you knew what was coming, you ain't know what was coming. You didn't know it was going to jump off like that until it did. And even with Remick, he's not your average vampire. He wasn't portrayed and presented like your cookie cutter vampire. He was charming. Even when the most horrifying moments was happening, the things he was doing, he was charming. Like when he got in Grace's head in her own language. Now, I must say, I feel some type of way about Grace, but that's for another story. I just know Grace. Everybody go home. Grace done messed it up for everybody. Another relationship that I want to talk about that I don't think people mention much in this story is Cornbread. My boy Cornbread and his wife. They out there grinding together. They out there picking cotton together, grinding. Stack pull up. Hey, what's up, Cornbread? I got some work for you. Bread like, nah, man, I'm here with my family. I'm with my wife. Stack throw them jokes out there talking about his wife. Man, forget her too. Man, you should have stayed where you was at. I'm about to beat the brakes off of you talking about my wife. Wife stopped you. That's love right there. When your wife stopped you from making a fool of yourself, for putting yourself in danger. That's love. She stopped you. Man, like, hold on. And she didn't have to say much. She just, hey, chill out. He took it down. But also, his wife was like, hey, your boy offering money. It's a job. We talked about this. We want to get out of these fields. Go ahead, see what you talking about. Me and the baby, we gonna be here later. But I say all that to bring it to how much I love this movie. This movie was as a filmmaker myself, I look for the nuances in the writing and the cinematography in the storytelling. Every piece of this movie tells the story beautifully. So if you haven't seen it, I advise strongly you go check it out. Now, if you want a more in-depth breakdown of Sinners, feel free to let me know in the comments. I ain't going nowhere. I'm here. All you got to do is come and knocking. Wait a minute. I might not let you in. Those who know what I'm talking about. But this is your boy, Mr. Director, LLC, LaPaula Lee Crawford. And I will chime in back in. Stay tuned. I got some other things that I'm going to talk to you about as the days go by. Oh, I'm just getting warmed up. This is just the beginning. Holla at you later. Love you like a play cousin.